You walk through life believing that if you do good, you'll be surrounded by support. That if you're kind, others will root for you. That success, when earned through sweat and sleepless nights, will be celebrated by all, especially those who know your journey. But life has a more complicated script. Sometimes the warmest smiles hide the coldest wishes. And sometimes it's not the strangers or critics you need to watch. It's the ones closest to your heart. You think you know your circle, but when your star begins to rise, strange things start to happen. Silence where there used to be praise, subtle jabs wrapped in jokes, sudden distance from people who used to cling to your energy. You shrug it off at first, not wanting to believe it. But the signs become clearer. The tension, the envy, the veiled remarks. The truth starts to emerge. Not everyone is happy for you. It's not that they hate you. In fact, most of them love you in their own complicated way. But love doesn't always mean support, and admiration can quickly sour into resentment when your growth makes someone else feel small. This is the silent war that plays out behind the curtain of friendships, family bonds, and close alliances. The first person who might wish for your failure is someone you call a best friend. Not the one who claps the loudest on your small wins, but the one who disappears when your success gets too big. They say all the right things, but the energy shifts. Suddenly, they change the topic when you talk about your goals. They don't share your work, don't show up when it matters, and deep down, they're uncomfortable with how fast you're rising. Why? Because your growth is a mirror, and it reflects their stagnation. The second is a sibling. Not every brother or sister becomes your cheerleader. Sometimes they're stuck in a comparison game they didn't ask for, but can't escape. Maybe your achievements remind them of what they could have done, or what others expect of them. Family dinners turn cold when success enters the room. Jokes become sharper. Compliments come with a twist. And you begin to wonder if your victories are unintentionally causing pain. The third is a colleague who started at the same time as you. You were equals once, same title, same paycheck, same dreams. But something shifted. You took risks, stayed late, asked the uncomfortable questions that led to bigger opportunities. Now you're getting noticed and they're still clocking in and out. They act friendly, but every now and then they drop a comment meant to sting. Must be nice to have connections. I heard you got lucky with that promotion. They're not cheering, they're coping. The fourth is a former mentor, someone who once taught you everything you know, but now watches you surpass them. It's not that they don't want you to succeed, they just didn't expect it so soon, or so brightly. Sometimes mentors expect eternal gratitude, quiet loyalty, and a ceiling on your ambition. When you break through that ceiling, it threatens their sense of importance. The mentor becomes a rival, quietly hoping you stumble, just enough to need them again. The fifth is an old friend from your struggling days. You shared dreams, fears, and late-night conversations about making it. But you did more than dream. You acted. And now, your life looks different. You're living what you once only imagined. Meanwhile, they're still talking about it, stuck in the loop. So when they see your posts, hear your name, or bump into your success, it triggers something raw. Not because you changed, but because they didn't. The sixth is your romantic partner, or worse, an ex. Love is beautiful when both people grow together. But when one person evolves and the other resists, love becomes a battlefield of egos. Maybe you started dreaming bigger, wanting more, seeking new experiences. To them, your evolution feels like abandonment, like you're leaving the version of life they were comfortable with. So they start criticizing your plans, questioning your motives, or downplaying your goals. It's not sabotage. They're just scared you'll outgrow them. The seventh is a parent, and this is the hardest one to admit. Not all parental pride is pure. Sometimes your success threatens a parent's identity. Maybe they sacrificed everything for you and now feel overshadowed. Or perhaps your achievements expose the dreams they gave up. Some parents support you with all their heart, but others do so with conditions. Ones that say, "Don't forget who made you." Your independence, your confidence, your rising voice, it unsettles them, because it means you no longer need them in the same way. The eighth is the person who always gave you advice, the one who saw themselves as wiser, more experienced, more realistic. When you prove them wrong, when you show that risks can work and big dreams can pay off, they don't applaud. They feel invalidated, and instead of growing with you, they retreat into cynicism. "You'll see," they say, "it won't last." In their mind, your success is temporary, because if it's permanent, it means they were wrong, and that's a truth too heavy to carry. The ninth is your past self, the version of you that settled, that doubted, that played small to fit in. That version lives in your mind and whispers fears even now. You don't deserve this. People will leave you. It's too much too fast. It's the voice of comfort trying to drag you back. And every time you rise, that voice gets louder, because it's scared of becoming obsolete. It's the hardest battle you'll ever fight, not against the world, but against your own limitations. And finally, the 10th person is the one who envies you from behind the curtain, someone who watches but never speaks. They never like your posts, never reach out, but they're always watching. Maybe it's a former classmate, an old coworker, someone who once dismissed you. They see your glow-up, your progress, your evolution, and they quietly hope it's not real. They crave a stumble, a fall, something to confirm that success is just luck or a phase. They're silent, but their energy speaks volumes. Now, here's the part that matters most. None of this should stop you. You don't have to call them out. You don't need to prove anything. You don't even need to convince them to believe in you. Your job isn't to be liked, understood, or even supported by everyone. Your job is to become the fullest version of yourself, regardless of who claps. Let the smiles hide what they want. Let the silence grow. Let the side eyes linger. You are not here to shrink to fit into anyone's comfort zone. You're here to rise. And sometimes rising means standing tall even when the ones you love look away. It's easy to let this truth harden your heart, to become cold, guarded, suspicious. But don't. Keep loving. Keep being kind. Just don't confuse proximity with loyalty or history with harmony. You can love people from afar. You can cherish memories and still protect your future. And most of all, you can forgive people for not knowing how to love you during your breakthrough. Because success isn't just about achievement. It's about endurance. And part of that endurance is learning to walk alone when needed, to trust your voice even when others go quiet, to believe in your light, even when it exposes the shadows around you. So the next time you feel the weight of strange distance or unexpected coldness, remember this. It's not always personal. People project their own fears, doubts, and pain onto others. Your rise might be the trigger, but their reaction is their responsibility, not yours. You are not too much. You are not too fast. You are not ungrateful for growing beyond where you started. You are becoming, and anyone who truly loves you will evolve with you, or at least cheer for you from a distance. There's power in knowing the truth. There's freedom in releasing the need to be understood, and there's peace in accepting that some people will only love the version of you that didn't rise, but rise anyway.